Chelsea with Lampard. He's into the box, Frank Lampard. This could be a seminal moment. He scored! Frank Lampard put it in!
The first touch in football is the most important touch. When you're in possession of the ball, individually, or as part of your team, how you receive the ball and where your first touch puts the ball to make your next action as good as it can be is very important. When the opponent's trying to make it difficult for you, and in football sometimes there isn't much time or space to play. If your first touch is right, it makes the next part easier. If it's not so much, then it's much tougher. I think in terms of working on your touch, it's very important at any age to start with the real basics. So you don't have to have anybody against you. You can use anything that is a wall to rebound the ball, or if you have a teammate or someone you're training with, you can start simple and start passing the ball between each other, working on making sure your touch is putting the ball exactly where you want it to be. I think then you can up the levels to make it slightly more difficult, so you start to receive more difficult balls, sometimes in the air, sometimes at different speeds, so you start to get used to, and you practice that a lot and again and again. And I think once you feel like you start to become more comfortable without opposition making it more difficult for you, I think you can bring in an opponent and try and make the time less and the space less, so the pressure is even more, and the more you practice that, you can certainly get better at doing that. I think if you practice a lot, you'll find that it helps you when it comes to playing games. It certainly was something I worked on a lot in my career, and if I look back in my career, there are certain goals or certain moments where I know my first touch was the important one that allowed me to maybe take a shot if I was in the box trying to score a goal. I remember a goal in 2008 against Manchester City where my first touch was with my right foot and he moved it onto my left foot. I didn't have much time and it allowed me to strike a ball into the corner. So the main message is the more practice you make on your first touch, the better it will be, and it's obviously then going to help your game.
Hi all, I hope you're keeping well and active and ready for training session. Today's home advantage session is about controlling the ball area. Here you go.
Hello and welcome to drill number 1 on first touch. To start with, we're going to position ourselves in a square that is one large step apart from each other. I'm then going to hold the ball out in front of myself, shoulder width apart, and just drop the ball. As I drop the ball, I'm going to use the top of my foot here to cushion, control it, and keep the ball in the square. So drop, keep it under control in the square. Keep my toes pointed towards myself, back towards my body, and it is a nice light touch, keeping it under control. Last one, keeping it under control. This one, I'm going to drop the ball again. As the ball bounces, I'm going to use the inside of my foot to get it under control. So as the ball bounces here, I'm going to angle my foot down, push the ball slightly into the floor, and get it under control. So it's there, getting it under control, keeping it in the area. There, same on my left foot. One more time, keeping it under control. You'll notice that I'm moving the ball slightly across my body. Now I'm going to use the outside of my foot to control. As the ball is bouncing, I'm going to meet it with the outside of my boot to push across my body slightly, under control. So 1, onto my right foot, 2, always keeping it in the square, always being nice and light on my feet. Next one, I'm going to test myself slightly. I'm going to throw the ball up above my head, control the ball with my laces, keeping it in the area. So it's up, control, keeping it in the area. And again, up, control, keeping it in the area, up, control, and keeping it in the area. I'm now going to throw the ball up. As it bounces, I'm going to get my chest and body over the ball. I'm going to try and go with my laces to come forwards and come out the box at the front. So it's up, laces to drive forward with the ball. Not too big of a touch, keeping it under control. Left foot, laces to drive forward. Left foot again. And the last one on my right, there, laces, bring the ball forward. And a hard one to challenge myself to finish, I'm going to try a Cruyff turn. So from the middle of the box, I'm going to try and Cruyff turn, hook the ball back and go out the box behind me. So I'm throwing the ball up, hooking my foot around, going back between my legs, back the other direction. So it's up, before he turns back through. One more time, up, before he turns through the back of the box.
Back for Giroud! Chelsea ahead! Olivier Giroud!
Drill 2 on first touch. My setup is I have an obstacle to play off one end, I have a small wall or obstacle to play off the other end, and I have a narrow rectangle in the middle. This rectangle is 2 steps across, 3 large steps down. To start with, I'm just going to be playing off one wall. To work on my first touch, I'm going to be on my toes, I'm going to pass into the wall, control with the inside of my foot. I'm just going to do this 3 times to start with. So it's in, control with the inside of my foot, keeping it inside my area. Other foot, play a nice firm pass in, control with the inside. Firm pass in, control with the inside. Firm pass in, control with the inside. I'm now going to control with the outside of my right foot. So it's going to be a right foot pass, angle my body to control the ball with the outside of my foot. This is a good one if I'm playing in games. I can use my body to protect myself from the defender. 2 more, outside of my boot, outside of my boot. Last one I'm going to work on in here is controlling the ball with the sole of my foot. Again, I can use my arm to get up and protect myself. So I play in, using my body, control with the sole of my foot. A little bit quicker, in, sole of my foot. In, sole of my foot. For this next part, I'm now going to start using my rectangle. I'm going to play into the wall. As it comes back to me, I'm going to use the inside of my foot to cut the ball outside of the area. Once I'm outside, I'm then going to rest and come back in. So I'm going to use just my right foot to start. So it's in, on my toes, soft touch, out the area. Back in. Soft touch, out the area. Back in. Last one. Soft touch, out the area. Back in. Now I'm going to use the outside of my right to go out the other way. So it's in, soft touch to move it out. If I can, in the middle here, I want to be on my toes and nice and light. And when that ball comes back to me, I can adjust my feet to be able to move it to the outside. Last one, outside and in again. For this next one, I'm going to try and combine 4 passes, playing both ways, but I don't want these passes to be straight. So once I've passed, I need to get myself on the angle before passing the other direction. I've also got to adjust the weight of my pass and the accuracy of my pass because the objects that I'm playing into are slightly different. Here we go. So play in, change my angle, receive. Play in, change my angle, receive. In, change my angle, in, change my angle. For this one, I'm working on receiving the ball on my back foot. So I'm going to play in with one foot, receive with the same foot, change foot, play in, receiving again. So I'm constantly playing and getting sideways on, working one foot, then the other. For this one, I'm going to play in off my object, play again, and my receiving is to step one way to lose a player and let the ball run across my body. So although I'm letting the body run, this is still a receiving skill that we can be practicing and is effective in games. I'm going to combine 3 or 4 together. So it's 1, 2, run across my body. 1, 2, run across my body. 1, 2, let it run. And again, let it run across my body. Drill number 3. Got a couple of variations and options on this one. Myself, I'm going to use a wall to throw the ball against and work on my first touch in the air, or you could have a family member throw you the ball for you to work on your first touch. To start with, I'm going to throw the ball against the wall lightly with an underarm throw. As it comes into me, work on my laces touch to keep it under control. Obviously, it's slightly different surface that I'm playing on here and not grass, so sometimes the ball might get away from me, which means I've got to react quickly and make sure I've got it under control. Underarm throw, laces to receive. Other foot, underarm throw, laces to receive. The throw is important. I'm doing it nice and light, under control, not too difficult. making it nice and easy for myself to start off with. Laces to receive, last one, laces to receive. For these next ones, I'm going inside of my feet to receive, then outside. So it's inside of my foot. Second touch is going to be to get it down. First touch, get in the way of the ball. Second touch, down and under control. First touch, getting in the way and cushion. Second touch gets it down. On the other side, cushion. Second touch gets it down. Full control. Outside of my feet, outside of my left. Second one gets it down. Outside of my left. Second touch gets it under control. Same my right. Outside. Second one stops. Outside. Second one stops. This next progression, I'm going to use my thigh. So again, as the ball comes to me, I'm going to cushion with my first touch. Second touch is when I get it down. I'm fully under control. As it comes in, thigh, second touch down, under control. Other foot in, thigh, second touch, under control. Thigh, down. For this next one, I'm going to challenge myself by playing 2 passes off the wall. So I'm going to throw in, left thigh, left volley, keeping the ball up, right thigh, right volley, catch to finish. For this next one, I'm going to use my chest. As I receive the ball off the wall, I'm going to be leaning back slightly to take the impact and take the weight off. Ideally, if I can, I'm going to chest the ball slightly to one side so that I know if it's going to my right or left foot, and my second touch gets it under control. So it's in light, chest, second touch under control. This time to the left, chest, under control. Remembering to lean back, take that impact, take that weight off the ball. Here is my circuit on first touch, combining the 3 drills. I'd love to see how creative you can be on your circuit. My circuit is like so. Playing off the wall, receiving my laces with my right foot. Laces, left foot. Then going to go right thigh. Second touch gets it down. Left. Second touch gets it down. Finishing with a chest, getting it down on the floor. Once I've done that, I'm then going to move safely down to my next area. And I'm going to enter my square. In this square, I'm going to throw the ball above my head 4 times, exiting all 4 different areas of the square. First one's going to be up, inside of my right, taking it out, bringing it back in. Next one's going to be outside of my right, bringing it back in. I'm now going to go with my laces and drive forwards. And then the last one, not an easy one, is going to be a Cruyff turn, changing direction and going out the back of the square. And for the last part of this drill, I'm going to be using the wall and the obstacle the other end. I'm going to start by playing in, outside of my foot, come back in again, outside of my left, come back in again, inside of my right, back in, inside of my left, back in. Now I'm going to work on opening up and playing off both obstacles, remembering to get myself sideways on. So I'm in, receiving off the same foot, changing direction, in, same foot. And then the last one's going to be a double pass in and letting the ball receive and run across my body. So it's in again, receiving across my body, in 1, 2, receive, let it run across. Last one, receive, across my body, across my body. And that's my circuit. This circuit here, for me, has not been about time. It has been me working on my first touch and receiving the ball in multiple different ways. I've been really concentrating and working on my technique to make sure that I am improving on my first touch.